let's go ahead and talk about this. Alabama and Ohio State, it is set. The stage is lit up. College football playoff national championship in Miami. Now, I'll do a special preview video for this game, like I did the semifinals, like I did like the SEC title game or a couple other games throughout this season. I'll do a special preview video and prediction for this game, probably premiere it for you guys. But I do want to go ahead and look at this, right? And again, chances are I mentioned this in the preview video, but they already got the line out. They already got the line out for this game. Bama 11-0. Or I guess it's 12-0 now. In Ohio State, like what, 7-0, 8-0, whatever it is, 7-0. January 11th, 2021. 8 days, 1 week from tomorrow night, as it is January 3rd. And we are 8 days away. Speaking of, the line is 8 points Bama. Over under is 75. Look at how small this is. Now, it's a championship. You can expect a line like this, but 8 points. That is a touchdown and a 2-point conversion, folks. Ohio State, the underdog. We expect that, right? Who's going to beat Alabama? Who's going to beat Mac Jones? Who's going to outsmart Saban? Who's going to expose that Bama? Hey, speaking of that Ole Miss game, right? The second half against Florida, they've had their close calls with this defense. So, I mean, it's been tested. It has failed at times. Bama, their defense has got to show up and defend Justin Fields. Here's the thing. I haven't been all that impressed by Ohio State's defense either. I mean, it is pretty similar. And again, I'll do a preview video. We'll mention all this. But 21 points allowed per game on average for Ohio State. Compare that. That's a little bit more than Bama, who's at 19 and a half. Fairly similar offenses. 48.2 points per game for Bama. 43.4 points per game for Ohio State. So they are pretty similar. And they got great talent. Trey Sermon, the I think Oklahoma transfer, right, for Ohio State, going up against Najee Harris. You look at comparing running backs. Garrett Wilson versus Devontae Smith and receiving yards, right? And then, of course, the big-time quarterback matchup with Mac Jones and Justin Fields. A lot of people predicted this in the preseason. I had Clemson and Bama Part 5. I was confident that Clemson would get back. Obviously, they failed me. I mean, they failed me. It will be a showdown between the Buckeyes and the Crimson Tide next Monday night in Hard Rock Stadium in Miami, Florida, home of the Miami Dolphins. What's going on, Jerry Wells? How you doing, sir? Home of the Miami Dolphins. Will Tua show up to this game? Chances are probably so. If they're letting fans in, which I think limited attendance, chances are they're probably going to, right? It's going to be a great showdown. I think I would not be surprised if it's a shootout and Bama's defense cannot handle Justin Fields. He's that great. And honestly, I wouldn't even be disappointed. I love a good shootout. I don't want it every game. And as much as I love to see Alabama's defense be stout, be elite, be great, be on the field, and just go after it, right? As much as I love to see all that, I still, at least for a championship game, I want a thriller. I want something down to the wire, overtime, final seconds, final drive, a comeback, something huge in this game. I don't want it to just be a blowout. I don't want it to just be all one-sided affair. I don't want that in this game. I don't think you guys want it either, do you? Be real. You want a shootout. Bama fans, I know you want defense. I know you want them to blow Justin Fields out of the water and get Ohio State out of that stadium within like the first quarter, right? You want it to be over by halftime, right? I want something great in this game. I don't care if Bama, look, I'm at the point right now, I really just want Bama to win this game, being a Bama fan, right? I really just want them to win. But how do I want them to win, right? How? I just want them to win. But I want to be I want to sit there on January 11th and I want to sit there on the edge of my seat going, yo, a nail biter or something huge, man. I want something big in this game, right? It's going to be a huge game. Expect great big plays downfield. Expect Devontae Smith to catch great passes. Expect maybe a return of Jalen Waddle. We heard rumors he could come back in the postseason. Didn't see him in the Rose Bowl game, but chances are, with the time between now and next Monday night, a week from tomorrow, maybe he could get some rehab, keep working, and maybe he could return. I don't know. Maybe he's looking at returning next season and hoping to, shake off this year's injury that he had earlier in the year. We'll see. I need some water real quick. But, as much as I would love to see Bama's defense, I'll take any win. I don't care how Bama does it. I just want them to win, right? And I see you in there, Crimson Brave. How you doing? How you doing? Disagree. I want to be the I say crap, but I would agree with that. You want the defense to show up, and I respect that, Bama fans. You want the defense to show up. I want that too. I just want it to be entertaining. It could be a shootout or something. I don't want it to be over by halftime. I want there to be a game. If it's defense, and maybe they're having a hard time on the ball, these quarterbacks just can't get it going because somehow they can't handle these defenses. And we're seeing this whole defense wins championships narrative, and it comes down to like a field goal or something in the 20s. Maybe it looks like something like that Georgia championship a few years ago that Alabama had, minus the whole putting a backup in, right? Something like that where you're down and you have to come back. Overtime. Something huge. That's what I want to see. I think that's what a lot of people want to see. So I don't know. It's going to be a great game no matter what happens. I think it's going to be great. You're looking at a quarterback in Mac Jones who has proved himself to be an elite football player, rising above the charts, rising above the draft boards. He's not quite there. I don't think he goes number one over Trevor Lawrence. I think Trevor Lawrence is a clear lock. Going up against the second best quarterback in the draft in Justin Fields, who already proved himself in high school or whatever, right? I just, wow, this is going to be great. I'll go ahead and drop the StreamYard link for you guys, but this game is going to be incredible. I want a shootout. I want something down to the wire. I just want it to be entertaining in some way, shape, or form. I don't want to sit there and be falling asleep during the game saying, yeah, we won. Actually, on right there. Kind of a long day, but you get it. We don't want to sleep on this game. We want it to be great. It's an 8-point spread right now. Bama favored. Bama could cover that, I think. So, with that being said, I just want it to be a great game. Great offenses, and obviously you want to see Bama's defense show up in this game and be what they've been all year long. You want you just want it to be great somehow, some way. And I think it's going to be probably the best championship we've seen in a long time. maybe could be the best in the Saban era, could be the best. It'll be bigger than what LSU did last year, right? Which was huge. They went up against Trevor Lawrence and they won by 17 with Joe Burrow. This will be closer than that, I think. It won't be a 17-point game, I don't think. I don't think it's going to be a blowout. I don't think it's going to be close, like a 1 or 2 score game, down to the wire type of thriller. And that's what I want to see. I think it's going to be that. So, with that being said, people, this is going to be a great championship game. We're looking at something great. We're looking at something historic with Ohio State and Alabama. Alabama and Ohio State this Monday will be historic. I'm telling you that right now. Anyway, I dropped the StreamYard link. If anyone wants to get on, and we'll continue on talking sports or whatever you guys want to talk about.